Hi guys, it's Sandy with Crafty Stamp Co. And I have the new January 2026 kit. I thought we could unbox it together. First thing you're going to do, you're going to get your package, and it is wrapped up in this cute paper with a cute little sticker on top. Let's see what we got here. Ugh, fun. All right. Oh, I love it. Okay. All right, what do we got in here? Looks like we got a little postcard with a virtual retreat that's coming up in July of 2026. That will be here before you know it. Got this great little pouch, which I absolutely love. It's reusable. I use these for all kinds of things. And I'll start with the stuff on top. So we have got a little thank you card, little QR code from where you can go to find some inspiration. I'll have a couple of videos for you also. All right, first things first, let's just get started on the pricing on this. So for non-subscribers, the cost of this kit is $54.99. which includes a 15% discount on the products. The monthly subscribers is $25.99, and it includes an extra 20% off of the products. Now, with the monthly subscriber, you do get an extra in your kit, and this kit is these adorable little buttons. Look at how cute they are. Oh, I'm pretty sure I can find a use for these little babies. So that is your extra for being a subscriber. And let's see what we have in the kit. So this first one is called Stitched Whiskers. Let me open it up here. I'm going to put this against the thing so we can see it a little bit better. It's got the cute 3 little kitties. It's got some fun little sewing notions. So you've got your little pincushion, your little scissors, a button. Sentiments are your one piece I couldn't quilt without. Adorable. Our friendship is tighter than my quilting corners. That's cute, especially if you're a quilter. You're the best patch in my quilt of friends. Very sweet. And you keep me stitched together even when life unravels. This is a really, really cute stamp set, and it's going to tie in well with the little Meadow ones. We'll set this one aside. All right. And here is our Stitched with Love Meadow. And she's always just as cute as can be. All right, we've got a Meadow with her little Stitch Teddy. It's really cute. She's got her little pincushion on an armband, which sometimes I use that when I sew. Not too often, though. I've got a stack of fabric, a little tote, some buttons, and of course her sewing machine. The sentiments on this one are, thanks a stitch. Hope your day is stitched with joy and sprinkled with cake. Really cute. Really, really cute. She looks adorable. All right, I'll set that aside. Alrighty. Next is the paper pack. And this one's called Lovely as a Rose. Oh, this looks really pretty. Let's see what we have in here. So this is 6x6 paper. In the pack, you're going to get this handy paper sleeve, which I love these. These are so handy, especially when you've got little scraps, because I keep all of my scraps because I never know when I'm going to use them. So these are double-sided cardstock. So let's just go through and see what we've got. These are really soft and pretty. Oh, look at those pinks. All right, so we've got the little roses, on the front and just a very lovely shade of pink on the back. Very cute. We've got a gingham, or a plaid, not a gingham. It's a plaid with a little bit darker pink. Oh, look at the three of these together. Fantastic. Fun, fun, fun. Be perfect for a quilt. We've got another little pattern with the roses. And another pattern with the roses. Those are very pretty. Really pretty. And of course it matches well with our little solids. All of them match really well together. Cute. Oh, look at these with the butterflies and this like seafoam green. It's really pretty. On the back, there's just a real subtle floral print on the back with a little subtle striping. Almost looks kind of like a rickrack. Very pretty. And then our last pattern is this striped pattern. Oh, perfect. And it's got a little, just a little, kind of a polka dot. It's just a speckled, nice mint green or seafoam green. Very, very pretty. So these all are gorgeous. This is really high quality paper. It's got a nice thickness to it. Oh, it's really pretty. So pretty. Oops. All right, I'll get these out of the way. I could play with paper all day. Actually, I do. All right, let's set this aside. And we have a stencil in here. And that's really cute. This stencil is called Quilted. Very cute. I like it. It matches well with everything else. All right. So this pre-order period starts December 1st through the 13th. Through the 13th? Through the 15th. It will not be available for pre-order after the 15th of December. So if you love anything in this kit, you need to get it during the pre-order, or parts and pieces of it won't be available for at least 6 months to a year. Shipping will start January 5th. Shipping is included for all U.S. customers only. I'm looking for my little stamp sets. Oh, here they are. Again, non-subscribers, it's $54.99. Monthly subscribers, it's $45.99. And you get all of these fun little things, including the stencil, the reusable mesh kit, and subscribers get these adorable little buttons which match this pink perfectly. All right, that pretty much does it for the January 2026 kit. And let's get started playing. For this card, I wanted to use the stencil that comes with the kit. So I'm going to ink a piece of white cardstock with some Distress Oxide ink in spun sugar. Now I could have used one of the solid pattern papers, but if I have an ink that's going to work in well with my design and the other pattern papers, I usually just ink it and do my stenciling on that, as opposed to stenciling over a solid. I am a terrible paper hoarder. So if I can create my own solid-ish background, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm using the spun sugar just to do a very, very light coat of ink. And I'm not worried about getting a solid coat. I want that splotchy mottled look as my background color for the stencil. Next, I'm going to take the stencil and I'm just going to go over it with the same spun sugar Distress Oxide ink and get that pattern put onto my cardstock. To add just a little bit more dimension and interest to my background, I'm going to water down some Distress Oxide ink on my glass surface with some water, and then I'm just going to speckle that background with the watered down ink. I already have my Meadow colored and cut out. I will go into further details on the colors that I used on her and the coloring technique in another video. But for this card, I just wanted to show you how I put it together. So I've got a piece of pattern paper that I have cut to 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then I cut my stenciled paper 4 1/4. Oops, no I didn't. I cut it at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. I'll go ahead and adhere those two together. Then I went into my stash and I tried to find a couple of other dies that I could use just so that I could highlight more of that stenciled paper and the background paper that I'm using. So I've got those two cut out, and I will go ahead and layer those up and then glue them on top of my background piece. To make sure I had my buttons in the right place, I went ahead and put some foam dots on the back of Meadow and her sewing machine, and I got those placed on the card exactly where I wanted them to be so that I could get those buttons lined up where I wanted them to be on the card. Once I had those on my card, then I used a pencil to mark where I wanted my buttons to be. So I used a really heavy tapestry needle to go through that paper. I didn't realize how thick it was. It was kind of a struggle at first to find the right needle that was going to make it through. But I went ahead and just used the needle to poke holes in that paper so that I was able to thread my thread through the buttons. I had a perfect pearl cotton that matched the colors in my card perfectly, so that's what I used to attach my buttons to my card. I went ahead and just threaded my needle with that, adhered my buttons, and then at first I had tried to tie a bow with that thread, but it was way too slippery to even think about doing a small bow. So I just tied a knot on the front of that button. I guess I could have tied it in the back, but I like to add dimension to my card, so I thought that would just kind of tie everything together and give it a little bit of dimension. So I knotted those on the front of my card, and then I just added a little spot of glue to make sure that those knots didn't pull out, because again, that thread was super duper slippery. To finish up my card, I stamped the sentiment on a piece of white cardstock, cut that out with a die from my stash, and then I popped it up again with some foam dots and put it at the top right-hand corner of my card. I love the way this card turned out. I think Meadow just looks so cute. Everything ties together so well with the pattern paper and the stencil, the buttons. I just love it. Anyway, look for another video that I'll be posting soon that will have the coloring of Meadow along with the Copic colors that I used for her and her little sewing machine. I will also have another video posting that's going to have the little kitties that are also joining in on the sewing fun. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Go to craftystampco.com to get the kit if you want to order it. Pre-orders start December 1st and close on the 15th, and it's scheduled to ship on January 5th. Thanks again. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.